Hello everyone. You are watching HackerTV, the official podcast series of our hackathon AceHack 5.0. And yes, AceHack returns with its fifth edition, bringing innovation, execution, and real life problem solving skills on a one single platform. Throughout this podcast series, we are going to deal with a top industry expert, builders, developers who are part of ecosystem and not just watching it from outside. So, this is your host Kritika Sharma, and today we have a very special guest with us, Mr. Shyaamal Tripathi. Welcome, sir. Mr. Shyaamal is a community builder, and he was working as a community manager in his career since from as well as hackathons. So, welcome, sir. And also, all the students who are watching this episode, this is for you that if you are willing to know about Web3 and how Web3 communities build, and also how what the things which mentors and judges wants from you through hackathons, this episode is for you. Welcome, Mr. Shyaamal, and kindly introduce yourself.
Sure. So, hey folks, I hope all of you are doing really great. I hope you all are having a great time of the new year 2026. So, first of all, wish you a really happy new year. So, yeah, about me, I have been into Web3 hackathons and so on from like my first year or second year of my college. So, back in 2021, I'll start with my whole journey where how I ended up here. So, I joined my college back in 2020. My bachelor's was in computer science again. And since it was a non professional degree because it was BSc computer science, so very of the job opportunities, many of the job opportunities were not available for me due to my given degree. So, hackathons is something I built my career on. So, I joined HackCBS as an organizing team member back in 2021. So HackCBS is one of India's largest student-run hackathons, and so I learned about the basics of community management, developer relations, developer marketing, and what do the companies offer to developers, and what do developers actually want as a developer experience, and how the organizations can improve the developer experience as whole. So after completing my degree, I didn't sit for placements again because most of the opportunities were not available for me. So I joined various ambassador programs in Web3. I built my profile over that, and after two or three ambassador programs, one of the companies, HackQuest, the co-founder of HackQuest, reached out to me on LinkedIn. I joined HackQuest was on a part-time basis for 5 to 6 months. Similarly, I got on at the same time I got an internship at Ton Foundation, which is the layer one blockchain in close partnership with Telegram. And after 2 months of internship, I got a full-time offers. And recently, around last year in mid of May or April, I left Ton. And since then, I've been a part of Career Accelerator program of Trust Wallet. So yeah, that's all about me, and that's how I ended up here.
Thank you so much,
Yeah.
sir. That's really a great information about you. And through this episode, student can know about how to build their profiles in LinkedIn and also on GitHub, so that they can accelerate much in their career, in especially in Web3. So, sir, moving forward, the first question which I want to ask is from a beginner's perspective, sir. So, if
Mhm.
any beginner who is knowing nothing about nothing much about the Web3, blockchain, and anything else, because
Mhm.
I'm also a very beginner into it, and so what roadmap would you like to suggest them if they want to be in Web3 world?
Got it.
Yes.
So first things first, like पहली चीज तो basics आ जाती है. Don't straight away jump into coding. Like I'll start writing my code in Solidity, like Solidity or Rust. First of all, know the basics, like where it all started, why it all started, what's the core reason behind uh, decentralized currency, which is not controlled by anyone. Like have the knowledge of core ideas behind blockchain and Web3 first. Build your foundation on that. Like where, like first thing is where and how it got started, where the key idea of decentralization came in, and why is it necessary on a global level. Secondly, read about various blockchains like Ethereum, Solana, and so on, which are trending currently and which have like a great developer experience. So explore their ecosystems, the tech stack involved in those ecosystems, like Solidity for EVM based ecosystems, Rust for Solana based, and so on. And I would say start with reading the white papers of those blockchains, like Ethereum white paper and so on, so that you have the idea of how the core technicalities of these chains and these ecosystems function.
Okay.
And now you are clear with the basics, how it got started, why we are here, and now you know about the chains, like what if I say EVM, then you should know what EVM actually means. Then, if you think the basics are clear, you know how blockchains work, how a block is created, and so on, then you can jump on to writing your first smart contract. And again, I will say, and yep, but here's the twist. So I will say, don't start with writing the basic smart contracts. I will say, start by writing higher level smart contracts, because the thing is that anyone can write a hello world smart contract, or anyone can write a hello world program in C++, Python, and so on, like taking
Yeah.
reference from there. But what happens is when you try to write a higher level smart contract, or write code to be precise in that of that higher level smart contract, you understand various things, like not just the basics of how the code is written, but also what the smart contract does on a higher level, and what this code as a whole does. So the thing is, the point of doing this is, if you start from the very basic, it will almost take you a week or two to reach that level of writing smart contract. But if you start from there itself, it will hardly take you 2 or 3 days. You can just Google things wherever you get stuck. Chat GPT, use Chat GPT, Grok, and all the other AI assistants available to you. So yep, that's the like that's how you clear your coding basics. And one thing that I want to tell you here is that even if you target technical roles or non-technical roles, so of course, if you target technical roles, you should know the technicalities of the ecosystem. Even if you target the non-technical roles, you should at least know the basic tech involved in this ecosystem of Web3 and blockchain. Because it's not like you don't even know how a blockchain works and you will get a role of community manager or a BD. So yeah, that's something you should keep in mind. After that, I'll say yeah, that's now this step is the most important one. So in Web3, if I have to say in one line, content is the king and distribution is the queen. So as soon as you start with the writing of first smart contract and gaining knowledge about Web3, I'll say that start creating content on LinkedIn as well as Twitter. Twitter prominently, because whole Web3 world resides on Twitter. They wake up on Twitter and they sleep on Twitter, to be precise. So yeah, that's an ideal roadmap of, I guess, a 30-day roadmap that I'll give. Start from the very basics, understand why decentralization came into picture, start reading the
Okay.
white papers, understand what these blockchain ecosystems are all about, start with the basic coding part, and start creating content. So yeah, that's all from my side.
Yes, so that's a really a very mature roadmap given by you, because as a beginners are facing very much problem while entering into any world like Web3 or coding and etc. So everyone don't have that much guidance from everywhere. So yeah,
Mhm.
so beginners, you can follow this guidance and can step up into Web3 world, so that you can start your basic to advanced journey in a very good good manner. So the next question is also from beginner's perspective. Like you have said that we have to form a more focus on some skills while entering into any world. So, sir, can you please once more highlight those skills, and also how can we can be very much pro in those skills so that we can easily get into this world?
So skills, uh, first thing, like, okay, for the skills, I'll say, like, see, first thing is clearing your basics. So
Okay.
that's not a skill actually, but for moving
Mm.
forward in this world, you should be clear about that, like what decentralization is, what is EVM, what is Solana based ecosystem, what is a smart contract, how does a blockchain work, and so on. So first thing is clearing the basics. You should know.
Okay.
Second, and the most prominent skill required in Web3, if you are entering or just or also for the folks who have been in Web3 for a while, is that be open to network, because every other day you'll see various events happening in the blockchain space in India as well as outside India too. So one thing that is required, like if you ask me, like if what is my greatest skill or what is the greatest skill that I built my career upon, so I'll say it's just network, my network. Because the thing is that if you must have heard about a quote which says that network opens many doors for you which even your degree can't, right?
Okay.
So that's how you, like, if I tell you about my, like, how uh, building a great network and uh, networking helped me, so I'll tell you my story. So again, how I got in ton, I met Shashank and Ankit, who Shashank was building a project on ton and Ankit was working at ton. So I uh, met them at my hackathon, HackCBS. We interacted, we shared few words, and I also like told them that I was looking for opportunities in this space. So if they had any, they can. I would love to join them and so on. So in March, they rolled out the forms for the internships for the interns at Ton, and that's how I got in. So one thing that you should be open to in Web3 and in general is network and talking to folks wherever possible. Like I will say, like instead of Netflix and chill on weekends, just go to any event happening around you. There will be around 30, 40 folks who are doing really good in their career, building their own startups, building their own agency, working at top firms or like top companies in this space. Just talk to them. I'm not saying just go with an agenda or something. Just talk to them and you will know. Like the thing is that most of the mistake that most of the beginners do is that they know that how to एंटर इनटू वेब थ्री, लाइक बेसिक्स क्लियर कर लिए, कोडिंग करना सीख ली, सब कुछ करना सीख लिया, अब इसके बाद कहाँ पे जाना है. सो इफ यू गो एंड टॉक टू दीज पीपल यू विल अंडरस्टैंड कि स्पेस कितना बड़ा है, क्या क्या चीजें एग्जिस्ट करती हैं, देन यू आर एबल टू डिसाइड कि कहाँ पे मुझे जाना है, लाइक व्हाट इज एंड और व्हाट शुड बी एन ऑप्टिमल रूट फॉर मी to reach my destination. So yeah, that's something from my side. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Like it's a really great answer for all our students who have to become pro in this field. So, like you have said me about coding and all. So, is coding really matters in Web3? Like, if I would like to ask if coding is important, so what role students should focus on?
Okay, so like, yep, I started like when I started with the 30-day roadmap. So I told that even if you're targeting non-tech roles in Web3, you should be clear about some basic technical concepts involved in the blockchain space. So basically, if you see at my role was community growth manager, like which is a part which falls under the umbrella of developer relations. So in my role, coding wasn't that much necessary, but some parts or some specifics of that are involved nevertheless. Because the thing is that wherever I used to go to events, like since like last year in April, we did a Microsoft Office tour in 6 cities around India, where we taught folks about our programming languages was Stack, and choosing which they could write smart contracts on.
Okay.
So even if so, the thing is that I didn't need to be pro in tact. Like I didn't need to write high, like really high level smart contracts in tact, but I should know the basics of tact, and because the thing is that in those events, I was the one who took workshop. I was the one who taught tact to those developers present there. So the thing is that my role, if you look at my role, community growth manager, so it was a mix of social media marketing, developer relations, community management again, and something on the side of product too. So the thing is that even if you're targeting, like if you're targeting technical roles, of course you have to be pro in coding. Like that's not even a question after that. But if you're targeting non-tech roles, you should be clear with the basics that even if someone asks you, like for example, if you're targeting a community manager role, business development lead role, product role, or something. So in all these roles, you should be clear with the tech stack of the chain you are working on or the company you are working for, and should be able to explain it to the folks wherever you meet them or wherever you are pitching about your product to. So I would say if you're so again, closing with this line, if you're targeting technical roles, you should be a pro at coding. Of course, that's not even a question. But if you're targeting non-technical roles, you should be clear with the basics, like a lower level to medium level, and that will be enough. So yeah, for the
Yes,
coding
sir.
part.
Yes, so through this answer, we got two perspective. Like if you are just targeting coding or a technical part, you must know coding. And if
Yeah.
you are targeting non-technical part, so it's okay, but you should know about coding as well.
Yeah.
So actually, one thing is that like everyone is talking about Web3, and everyone thinks that Web3 is a very advanced thing. So if as you are a part of Web3, so Web3 world, so is this a misconception or is this a reality?
It is an advanced thing, I would say, because the thing is, if I tell you about how the technological progression took place. So if you talk about the era where internet was starting, so that era is generally referred to as Web 1. Like if you go to any of the Web 3 events, they will start their presentation with this thing only Web 1, Web 2, Web 3, because that's where everything gets started and that's where you like get a gist of this space. So Web 1 was the read only era where you had pages on your screen and you just could read through those and couldn't contribute or like couldn't say anything in that because that's where the internet layer was being built. After that we had web 2. Web 2 is the era we are currently living in, like if you talk about the platforms like Instagram, YouTube, and so on. So these platforms have like two ways: you can contribute and you can consume. But the problem here is that all of your content and everything is controlled by a central power, which can like remove your content at their own will, suspend your account, and so on. So generally, it's not that bad, but in some cases, you'll see that many of the creators lose their accounts for nothing. Many of their videos are taken down for nothing. Like and so yeah, Web3, the core idea of Web3 is decentralization. The thing is that there should be no central identity controlling anything in this space. The people involved in the space should be the ones who must have the say, and they only should be the ones who should be responsible for every decision and so on. So in terms of advanced technology and so on, so I will say that things are still being built. If you look at larger application of the DeFi and like of like blockchain and Web3 in general, so you'll see that these systems can be integrated at a large scale into various currently ongoing processes like healthcare, voting, and so on. But it will take a lot of time. One thing that I can tell you about right now, like one interesting thing which is happening in this space right now is that if you so everyone who is watching this podcast, I would love you to research about stable coins. So you all know that foreign payments take too much of time. They take too much of days. There is a high remittance fee on every payment, and finally, when they show up into your bank, it's like after days or even months, maybe. So the thing is, if you look at, or on the other end, if you look at payments in the blockchain space, they are swift. You just need EVM based or like Ethereum based address or any chain based address to transfer funds, and it hardly takes seconds to transfer funds. So many of the institutions are like invoking or like implementing, to be precise, the technology of stable coins and crypto payments on their backend, like the organizations who are involved in the payment sector, to be precise again. So yeah, this is something that is happening in the blockchain space, and this is something which is really advanced according to me. So yep, the technology in general is advanced, of course, but to see it at a large to see it applicable on a larger scale, we should wait and we have to wait. So yep, that's something from me.
Okay. So from this answer, the students can know about that Web3 is an advanced thing, but it's not that much advanced that not anyone can learn that. You can
Mhm.
start into it, and through small steps, you can be a pro in this field.
Yep.
Sir, there are too many participants are sitting over here who are going to participate in ASEC 5.0 also. So they
Okay.
wants to know that um, like some of them are not be able to win hackathons. So would you like to suggest something like what measures success beyond prizes?
Got it. So one thing that I'll tell you is that if you are participating in any like good level hackathon like ASACs, HackCBS, or any other hackathon, so you are already ahead of most of your peers in your college. You will soon realize that, right? Because not everyone chooses to come out of their comfort zone, attend a hackathon, build a fully functioning MVP in 24 hours or 48 hours. That's not something everyone can do, and that's not something everyone wants to do. So first thing is, if you are coming to a hackathon, be happy, give a pat on your back that I'm here, because most of the folks in India are still not over the fact that they just want jobs, that I want this job, I want that job, but you have to have some skills for that job, right? So hackathons are some things which are really, I would say, beneficial for developers, even if you are starting out, no matter if you are starting out or if you are a mid-level developer or so on, no matter about that, you can always build things, come to a hackathon, build things and so on. So even if so, coming to the main question, if what if I don't win the hackathon? So what? The thing is, again, even if you don't win the hackathon, you can. I'll just say one thing. I'll give you a roadmap how to come to a hackathon and make the most out of it, even if you don't win it. Come to a hackathon, again, talk to as many folks as possible, increase your network, connect with them on LinkedIn and so on, and start thinking about an idea, implement it, see where this can go. Don't target too many modules to be implemented in your project. Target 3 to 4 things, 3 to 4 features in your project, and see which ones can be, I would say, built in that time frame so that the project is ready to be presented to a judge. Make sure the presentation is up to mark and it's superb so that you leave an impression on the judges, because that's what decides your result, or like even or like if you are winning the hackathon or not. And even after doing all of this, if you don't win, so first thing that you gained through this experience is that you have made some lifetime memories with your friends. Because if you ask me what was my best time of college, it was organizing and attending hackathons without any doubt, because that's where I made really good friends. I have some of them still now, and I made some like very good connections too. And of course, memories. Who doesn't want to do that? So
Yes,
first thing is that. Second thing is you can still include that project in your resume that I went to this hackathon, I built this project, and so on. And third thing is that even if you don't win one hackathon, you will always have a chance to win some other hackathon, because in India, if you look, there are various hackathons happening each and every month, right? So, yep. And just one more thing that I'll say, that if you go to a hackathons, then don't just target the main hackathon prize. So if you go to a hackathon, you will always see that there is a main hackathon prize like first, second, third, and there are also custom track prizes like some prizes from sponsors and the partners of the hackathon. So you can always target those prizes too. So don't be just too focused on the main hack. So I'll say, as a beginner, if you are just going to your first or second hackathon, always try to target uh, the custom prices, because maybe you might not be able to build a project which matches the hackathon level standard prices, but you can always build something in 48 hours which can be up to the mark for those sponsor based prizes or custom track prizes. So yeah, that's all from my side.
yes, sir. That's a really great thing which you have mentioned over here, that hackathon is more about learning, developing
Yeah,
yourself. It's beyond winning or losing.
exactly.
Yes, sir. So there are some common mistakes which were happen in many of the hackathons. So,
Mhm.
like, can you please mark out those mistakes and how can students can get a rid out of it
Okay.
further onwards?
Just a minute. So yep. So in the hackathon, the mistakes which people usually do, first thing is they are too focused on winning the hackathon. I'll say take a step back, network with the folks present, because like if I talk about ace hacks, so last time when I was there, like whenever I'm there, so I guess around 400 to 500 folks always attend the hackathon, right? So you have a large pool of people to network with. Nobody knows where your next opportunity or next job might be coming from, right? So the thing is कि पहली चीज तो don't be too focused on winning, be too focused on making the most out of the hackathon. Winning can wait, of course. So take some time, network with the folks, because maybe you will not find the same folks at some other hackathon, but you can always win some other hackathon. So network with them. After that, make sure. And yep. So for first thing is that again, don't be too focused on winning. Second thing, don't be too focused on implementing too many features in your project. Like what I've seen folks doing is that they have an idea and they will go all in and they'll have like 10 features, the list of 10 features that they want to implement in the hackathon. So if whenever I go to a hackathon and I get to mentor these projects, so I always say that इतनी बड़ी list का कोई मतलब नहीं है. Just to filter out 5 to 6 or 3 to 4 most important features that you want to implement in your project, and which will be really great if you implement in your project. Because the thing is, at the end, now coming to the main advice, the thing is, at the end, what matters is what impression are you providing to the judges. Because that's where, like, वही बात होती है ना, जैसे स्कूल में हम लोग क्या करते हैं, साल भर पढ़ते हो, लास्ट का वो 1-2 घंटे का जो एग्जाम होता है, डैट डिसाइड्स कि तुमने साल भर पढ़ा है कि नहीं पढ़ा है, राइट?
Yes, yes, sir.
सो द थिंग इज कि always focus on making the presentation as good as possible and as short as possible, because on an average the time average on an average if I talk about the time which the judges provide to a particular team is like around 5 minutes, like 2 or 3 minutes for presentation, like basically three to 4 minutes for presentation, or 1 or 2 minutes for question and answers. So make sure you leave an impression on the judges through short presentations and a working model with less features, but all of them should be working. So, yep, that's like these are some of the mistakes I have seen people doing. First is being too focused on the winning, not enjoying the hackathon experience. Second is implementing too many features which don't work at the very end. Third is not focusing too much on presentations. So yeah, these things that are some things that folks usually do, and I recommend them not to.
Yes, so you have highlighted some of the most essential of like targets which mentors and judges really wants from any participant. So this can help all the participants who are just going to participate in upcoming hackathon, so that they can represent themselves, their project in a very good manner, and their the chance of their winning uh, also increase. सर अगेन फ्रॉम मेंटर्स पर्सपेक्टिव लाइक आपने जैसे बताया कि हमें इम्प्रेशन का ध्यान रखना चाहिए, लाइक हमें विनिंग एंड लूजिंग नहीं, हमें जैसे हमने कोई भी आइडिया इम्प्लीमेंट हमने किया है उसमें ज्यादा फीचर्स ऐड ना करने के बावजूद जो हमने फीचर्स ऐड किए हैं वो उतने फीचर्स को हम लोग जैसे हम मेंटर्स एंड जजेस को बताएंगे, तो किस तरीके से हम एक इम्प्रेशन, एक पावरफुल इम्प्रेशन मेंटर्स एंड जजेस पे डाल सकें जिससे कि हम उन्हें काफी टाइम तक याद रहे, जबकि हमारा प्रोजेक्ट उतना अच्छा नहीं भी हो या पूरा नहीं भी हुआ हो, लेकिन फिर भी हम एक अपनी एक लाइक छाप छोड़ना जिसको हम कहते हैं वो हम कर सकें, तो उसके लिए गाइड कीजिए सर।
Okay, so I'll give one particular example from AceHacks itself. Like last year भी जब मैं Hacker TV पे था इसी time पे, that then also I gave the same example, I remember. So the thing is, I'm not sure. Yep, yeah, it was the time of 2023, April 2023. I still remember the dates. I guess 4th and 5th of April. So I was there, me with my friend Rishabh. We were there at ASAX for mentoring and judging. So I still remember one project. Like they, of course, they won the hackathon too. Like they were like second or third winners of the hackathon. But still, I remember. Like, see, it was around 3 years back, and I still remember them. So why do I remember them? Is that the like their way of presenting their project was like outstanding, really good and outstanding. What they did was that the idea was not very good, I would say. It was average. It was not really great idea, but the presentation was superb. We gave them full marks in presentations and their confidence too. So what they did was when we reached there, they arranged four of their desks in a square manner, one here, one here, one here, and one here. And on each desk they had a laptop on a stand. So and of course, so this was the arrangement of which they did. And as far as I remember, uh, they had also divided each, like what each one of them will say, so that so this shows that they were not too focused on building their project. They were also focused on presenting their project to judges, and they had done a lot of preparation for that too. So yep, अब छाप छोड़ने वाली बात आई तो फिर वही वाली बात है कि like you should be focused on how to get on the eye of the judge. Like कुछ भी ऐसा करना, मतलब ऐसा होता है लाइक इफ यू थिंक कि आप बहुत अच्छा आइडिया शो कर दोगे तो लाइक जजेस याद रखेंगे आपको. मे बी यस, मे बी नॉट, बट इफ यू डू समथिंग लाइक दिस which is not very difficult to do, arrange something and give a hell of a presentation, then it is something which the judges will remember. And of course that इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि आपका आइडिया बहुत ही बेकार हो तो अभी चलता है. नो, because judges को idea भी अच्छा चाहिए, and then if the presentation is too good, it's like सोने पे सुहागा. तो फिर तो यही मैं सबसे बोलूंगा कि like idea should be really great, but don't be too focused on building the project that you didn't spare some time on like making your presentation and how will you present your idea or the project to the judge. Just be focused on that. So yep, that's something that I'll suggest.
सो सर इससे हमें ये पता चला कि लाइक पार्टिसिपेंट्स को फोकस करना चाहिए आप अपने आइडिया पे, उसके रिप्रेजेंटेशन पे, एज वेल एज उसमें हम जो फीचर्स इंटीग्रेट कर रहे हैं उस पे. इसके अलावा अगर हमें अपना एक रिमार्क छोड़ना है फॉर द जजेस, तो हमें उसमें कुछ एक्सप्लोर किए हुए फीचर्स को ऐड करना है, लाइक नो वन कुड हैव डन दिस बिफोर, इस तरीके की चीज हमें करनी है.
Exactly.
So moving forward, again, the same thing is that there is too hype nowadays. There is too hype around blockchain, around Web3. So how can student verify what is real and what is a fake project? Like if a student wants to verify that this is real or this is fake, and they also want to build their own projects, or they want some guidelines to make projects further on after learning. So how can they verify, sir?
Okay, so on the part of verifying a project, whether it is real or not. So yeah, this is something which everyone, especially the beginners, should be really cautious about, because every other day we hear like someone's wallet was drained out, somebody got into some XYZ scam and so on. The first thing is that be cautious on Telegram. Don't click any random link, because the thing is that in this era where scams are happening each and every day, you should be cautious about you. Like nobody is coming to save you. Like nobody is coming to save you from that. If somebody is contacting you on Telegram for a job or for any opportunity, verify them by talking to them maybe, or on or on web. Basically, if they claim to be from particular organization, go to LinkedIn, search their profile. Like for example, after ton I was giving various interviews. So whenever a recruiter reached out to me on WhatsApp or Telegram, which is not ideal for the recruiters to reach out, I used to go to LinkedIn, find that particular person, message them on LinkedIn that is it you or not. And when I was confirmed that like it's the same person, then I proceeded to the conversation. So first thing is this. Second thing is about the project, that how to verify any project is fake or real. So search for their uh, web footprints, I would say. For example, if some project reaches out to you, or some project is claiming to have raised $4 million as funding and so on, and these are the folks associated with the project, so I'll just say, firstly, use ChatGPT, that feed all the information that you have about the project, that I saw this project ABC on Twitter and they have been claiming to have raised this much amount and so on, and these are the folks associated with it. So and ask ChatGPT to give all the relevant links related to the project, the website, the Twitter account, the LinkedIn account, and so on, and also the LinkedIn and Twitter profiles of the folks associated with that project. So once I will say, so if the project is fake, there won't be too much information available on the web about that particular project, and especially the folks associated with that project. So first thing is this. Secondly, if the project is real, so you should like go through all the websites, or like the website of that project, the LinkedIn account of that project, the Twitter of that project, the accounts of the folks associated with that project. And once you are sure that enough information is available on the web for this, then you can like proceed with that. So, yep. And for the part where folks want to launch their own project, so as a beginner, like it's honestly it's really far away, which like if it's and of course it's like good to have that target, but starting as a beginner, you should not right now think about launching your project. Right now, I'm not saying you should not think at all, but right now you should not think about launching your project, because the space is really challenging when it comes to building something of your own. It's really challenging to have funding. It's really challenging to have grants, especially in this time where market is not doing that much good. So I'll say right now, just focus on improving your skills, improving your basics, and once the market improves and there are various grants and funding opportunities are available, that's where you can think of building your product. But even if you still want to build your own product, build your own project, so I'll say go and attend hackathons, build your project there, and after the hackathon, scale your project from that. So yeah, that's something from my side.
Yes, so through this, students can know that what's a real, what's fake, and how can we verify that it is real, this is fake, and how can if they wants to build their own projects, so how can they build their projects?
Yeah.
So if we are talking about like social media and all, so the next question is related to that, like how students should build their social media, like LinkedIn, Twitter, Telegram, and GitHub. so that if they are willing to upload their projects, and if they wants to get into this space, Web3 space, so that that thing can help them more.
Got it. I'll like keep this short, won't extend it too long. I'll have like one or two advices for each platform.
Okay, sir.
LinkedIn and Twitter, one thing, even if I was to concise it in one line, I'll say that post daily and create as much content as you can. That's one for Twitter and LinkedIn. Like whatever you are doing, you are building, you are reading about something, post it on those platforms. You are building something, writing a basic smart contract, post it on that. Don't be afraid कि like लोग क्या कहेंगे, कि मतलब मैं तो अभी स्टार्ट कर रहा हूँ और उसको पोस्ट कर रहा है, कोई बात नहीं. It's doesn't matter at all. And for GitHub, I would say as a beginner, most of the folks do is that they target the number of commits. कि अगर हमारा चार्ट ज्यादा ग्रीन दिखेगा तो लाइक हमारा प्रोस्पेक्ट्स हमारे और अच्छे हो जाएंगे. ऐसा नहीं होता है. लाइक इफ यू आर टारगेटिंग टू getting maybe how to frame this. Okay, so if you're targeting to get in a hackathon, so while like screening out the participants in hackathons, we always look at their GitHub contributions. That's somewhere it can work. But if you're targeting a role or on a contributor basis or a full-time basis, all those recruiters don't just fall for those commits. They look into what those commits are actually are. अब most of the folks what they do is कि like readme में हल्का सा change कर दिया, text का change कर दिया, code में हल्का सा एक दो lines का change कर दिया. That's not what you do. The commits, even if they are less, that's fine, but project should be more. That like basically your GitHub should, and GitHub, LinkedIn and Twitter should speak for yourself. If I have to speak it in one line, that what roles you are targeting, what things are you still working on, and what is something that you are really skilled at. So yep, that's something folks should do.
Yes, so through this, students can be able to understand how they should build up their social medias. Like if you have created or built a very small project, even in the beginning, also you should have to just post it on social media, so that everyone should get the knowledge about. Also for the beginners, other than you, should get knowledge how beginners start their work, and in future it will help other people also who just wanted to get into this space. So
Exactly.
one more thing is that like we are talking about project building and all. So how a beginner can build their project in a very easy manner. Like if we looking forward in future, like आज से अगर हम 5 साल पहले बाद की बात करें, तो अभी से हम अगर like कॉलेज स्टूडेंट्स की बात करें, तो हमें ऐसी कौन सी स्किल पे अभी से ध्यान देना चाहिए, या प्रोजेक्ट्स हमें अभी से बना कर रखने चाहिए जो हमें आगे जाके अराउंड 5 years later अगर हम उसकी बात करें तो उसमें हमें हेल्प आउट करे, like even in job perspective and all.
Okay, so I'll answer this on a keeping it on a very large scale. So if I talk about 5 years, so 5 साल में सिर्फ यही चीज मैटर नहीं करती है कि लाइक आपने फर्स्ट ईयर में कौन से प्रोजेक्ट्स बनाए, कौन से टेक स्टैक पे काम करा एंड सो ऑन. द थिंग इज 5 साल में मैटर क्या करता है, दैट यू शुड हैव ट्राइड everything that was possible in the space. If I talk about 5 years again, so again, I'll say start with the basics, go through the code, go through the white paper, understand what this space is all about, how uh, decentralization came into picture. After that, I'll say start going to meetups first of all, meet as many folks as possible, talk to them, what they do, like understand what are the heights of the space, like क्या क्या चीजें स्पेस में हो सकती हैं, कौन कौन से स्टार्टअप्स हैं, कौन कौन से डोमेन्स में वो स्टार्टअप्स हैं, कौन कौन से डोमेन्स में वो कंपनीज हैं जहाँ पे वो कुछ लोग काम करते हैं एंड सो ऑन. लाइक ब्लॉकचेन्स क्या होती हैं, डीफाई स्पेस क्या होता है, सोशल फाई स्पेस क्या होता है एंड सो ऑन. After that, after going to meetups, again come back, strengthen your weekend part. Like अगर आपका code, like whatever skill you are aiming at, strengthen it. Start attending hackathons, and this is something that I'll say again and again. Everybody should do that if you want to excel. कि attend as many hackathons as possible. कॉलेज पे आई डोंट नो इफ आई शुड बी सेइंग दिस और नॉट, कॉलेज पे उतना ध्यान मत दो, लाइक कि मेरे एग्जाम्स, मेरे टेस्ट, मेरी अटेंडेंस एंड सो ऑन. Attend as many hackathons as possible, meet with as many folks as possible, and I will say on the part of building projects, don't be the one who sits at home, goes through various tutorials, and then builds a project. Don't be that person. Go to a hackathon, build a team of 4 guys, and work on that one project for 2 days. That will be really beneficial for you in the long run, because if you win that hackathon, that is something which is going to give you a lot of benefits apart from prize money, of course. A lot of opportunities might be coming your way. So skills का मैं यही बोलूंगा कि like this is a success mantra which has worked for everybody in the space. Meeting new people, going to events, exploring as much as possible, going to hackathons. And one thing that has been constant, which everybody will tell you, that this space is constantly evolving. Every other day, some new tech comes into picture, some new protocol is launched, some new project comes into existence. So you should be aware of whatever is going on. Like, how to be aware of this? If you are in the space of Web3, be active on Twitter 24 by 7. As soon as you wake up, open, it's like apart from opening WhatsApp and Instagram, open Twitter, scroll what's going on, and what's the latest news, what's the latest news about the space, what are some latest developments in the space. Go through those things, and at the night before sleeping, again scroll Twitter again. Because what happens is, not just for the, I would say, not just for the news and updates, most of the time what happens is that Twitter also provides you a lot of opportunities. Some found, like I remember still in 2023 again, yep, I reached out, like someone from Australia posted that I was looking for this person who can handle community and stuff for me. I reached out to them, even if at that time I would say didn't have a solid portfolio, no work experience, and so on. I reached out to them and they responded. So the point is, I of course didn't get through after like 2 or 3 rounds, but I didn't have work experience and I didn't even think that they will reply to me. So the point is that be active. Know, like, you don't know where your next opportunity or job comes from. Like I always say this to all the people I meet, like all the folks that I have guided or mentored and so on, that always be open to opportunities, because you don't know who might be the one who gives you your next opportunity or next job in the space.
Okay.
So yep, that's something that I'll say, that 5 साल का रोड मैप मत लेके चलो अभी अभी आई विल से कि 1 साल का लेके चलो, बिकॉज 5 साल बाद कौन सी टेक्नोलॉजीज आ गई होंगी, क्या ट्रेंड चल रहा होगा, यू डोंट नो. So focus on this current part, and enjoy building, enjoy attending hackathons, enjoy attending events, because the most important thing and the most amazing thing of this space is that it's very happening, to be precise. Every other day you will see events happening. Every other day you'll see some project come into picture. Every other you see the day you'll see some token launch, token goes high, two tokens go low, and so on. So the space is really happening as compared to the traditional Web2 space. So if you're in this space, then you are already ahead of most of the folks in your family, in your generation, and so on. So yeah, enjoy building in this space and enjoy meeting with new folks. And yep, don't target 5 years from now, target 6 months from now. So yeah, that's how you do it in the space. So yeah.
Perfect, sir. Any guidance or any bonus tips which you would like to give to our students who are just going to participate in ACE Hack? Uh, yes.
I think I already gave all the alpha that was that I could give.
Okay, okay.
Like, again,
Yes.
I'll just say one more thing, that okay, so apart from all that career related stuff, one advice that I'll give to all the folks attending the hackathon. Uh, Attend the hackathon and again make the most out of it, because when you will graduate from college, this time won't come back. And I'll promise that for most of the folks who attend hackathons and who have been in this space for so long, for around 3 to 4 years, their their best and the most amazing memories of college are attending hackathons with their friends. So make the most out of it. Make as many memories as possible in Ace Hacks, and of course, don't forget to build your project in that in this. So yeah, that's something that I'll say. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Mr. Shyaamal, for sharing your journey, your most valuable insights with all our students who are going to participate in ASEC or any other further hackathons. So, everyone who are just watching this episode, that hackathon is not just about winning. As Mr. Shyaamal has also mentioned it, that it's about learning, building connections, as well as building yourself and a step forward towards your career, towards your growth. So don't take hackathon as a kind of winning perspective. Okay, and also stay tuned for more such episodes where we are just going to have this kind of most valuable conversation with all the developers and all other hackathon winners, like Shyaamal also. And this is your host, Ritika Sharma. And don't forget to watch the next episode where we are bringing more such incredible insights and journeys for you. Stay tuned. Till then, bye bye, take care, and enjoy your hackathon journey. And